English is the second language in where I live, so
It's
that's
also the one you struggled the most to understand.
Wow.
Oh, you just put us live. Marcus, do what you do, brother.
Sorry, Marcus.
My bad. That was supposed to be just for us.
This is Black Powder Podcast, coming to you live from an undisclosed location in the fourth largest economy in the world.
Get it out of the way early.
That's number one. You know we do it 4 times.
No, we don't gotta do it 4 times. We get the point.
And don't forget Deacon's son.
Yeah.
Well, that has to be during the course of the conversation. Like I was the son of a deacon in the Southern Baptist Church here in Southern California.
I was the son of a
deacon man.
I'm Marcus Matthews.
And the only one who could really reach you was the son of a deacon man, Marcus.
And my dad did. My dad did not my dad had a special belt. And when it's from the 1970s, it had two of those tongs, whatever the metal parts. So it was wider than the average belt. And that was the whooping belt. And when we got in trouble, my dad was like, go get the belt. And be damned if you bought his little skinny business belt.
Oh, it's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
Like, not the good belt.
So
I wear that to church.
My boys will still tell you about the whooping belt. I never wear that belt. It's not a belt I ever wear. It's only for whoopings. And they would know, hey, getting the whooping belt, they knew.
Do you still have the whooping belt, Tub?
I do. At some point, I'll pass it on to the boys. And be like, okay, you whoop yours with this.
Yeah.
Don't spare the rod.
Your oldest son gets the whooping belt, right?
Is that how that does? It gets passed down to the oldest. That's what he. Listen, I'm not giving you a house. I'm not giving you money. I have none of those things. But what I do have for you is a whooping belt.
That's right.
And I'm gonna frame it up right. Like, listen, I'm gonna make it a ceremony as I pass it off to him.
You need to oil it up so it stays pliable to pass it down for its intended purpose.
So it stays whooping right. Keep the
whooping
ready.
ready.
All right, listen, Marcus, we're probably supposed to be doing other things than talk about abusing our children.
Well, this is something America needs to talk about because whooping isn't a bad thing. I want to introduce our new father here, Eric Parker, who I will tell you this.
My daughter once, okay?
I will tell you this. I spanked my daughter one time, and I didn't use the belt. It was always with my hand, and there was 3. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. That's what I said it was when I was spanking.
And that's the only thing you've done with Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost.
I was the son of a deacon. Okay, so you can't.
Well, that was quick. It was all right. Hang on, that's one. Eric, let me mark that down. Right. That's one.
That's 2. That's
all right.
Eric, I spanked my daughter once, and she cried, and the look that she gave me, I went to where I'm seated right now, and I cried, and that was the only time I could ever. I mean, because I told them there was 3 spankable punishments in my house: lying, stealing, and disrespecting an adult. Everything else, we could see the severity of it and go from there. But those 3 were no doubt. So she had to do one of those 3, but I couldn't take it. It was horrible.
All right, our guest's opponent's gonna chop that up and be like, "These guys, he was on their show and they beat."
Did you whoop your daughter?
I don't have a daughter.
Well, you don't?
So you got it easy.
How many times we have to do this with you? I have 2 sons.
Oh yeah, that's right. Did you? Well, are they married? Because you could whoop your daughter-in-law, or something. You can't do that.
Cops called.
Like I don't even know what direction to go with that one. Like in so many ways, it seems so many levels that's just wrong. It's just.
I guess if you want to look at it from a worldly perspective, I'm looking at this from a parental perspective. What if she doesn't make your son his dinner or doesn't bring him his slippers when he gets home from work?
Come on, man.
Something like that.
Marcus, this is going off the rails already.
For real, like, okay, so you understand, you made my sons fathers in the 1950s. Like, somehow you made my sons my dad. I don't know what's going on here.
I thought you were a traditional guy. But speaking of...
how old are these guys? They got slippers? Who's got slippers?
Slippers, that's what I'm saying. Now, listen, is it okay that I have house Crocs? Does that count as slippers?
Yeah.
No.
You're in
Okay,
Florida.
I got house Crocs.
You gotta have you're in Florida, your slippers have to be indoor, outdoor.
They have to be able to go out. Exactly. They have to be able to go outside.
You never know when you come in and there's an alligator in your house. You're like, I'm going outside. He's got in his house.
He owns it. Actually, I feel that about Snake. Snake's inside. It's yours. Enjoy it. If you need anything, I'll throw some food. I'm done. Yeah, do what you can with it. Hope you have fun with it.
Crocs on, you can just leave. Right?
Yeah. I'm out. I'm good to move on.
Yeah.
All right. So we actually have a guest, Marcus. You want to take care of that?
This episode's sponsored by Crocs.
Oh. Crocs. Hey, don't you have some shameless plugs to do?
Sponsored by Rubio today. Yeah.
Stop box. There's a discount code. It's pretty sweet. Picked one up. It's right here. I keep that thing on me. And true libertarian fashion, stereotypical libertarian fashion. I got the "Don't Tread on Me" Gaston flag. Gets a gun in here. It's gun safe. Just hit a couple buttons, pop that thing open, boom. No electronics, guns in there, loaded, ready to go. Tilt some muffin caps back, defend your family. Let's go.
That's what you need to do, especially when you have young kids. I go raw dog. I'm just right here. So at any rate, Tub, are you okay? I don't want you to get Macron in front of us. You know,
do what?
All right,
Macron.
Marcus.
Yeah.
Are you ready to bring Alan?
Please.
In center.
Please, very much so.
We'll let you say its last name.
Okay. So, being that this is the only real libertarian podcast, we like to bring you real libertarians, and especially at the local level, because that's where libertarians need to start. As it's been obvious over the last few election cycles on the federal level, we haven't made an impact. And with that being said, we want to be one of the premier podcasts that brings you local libertarians, and we've done a darn good job of it thus far. And keeping with that tradition, I want to introduce you to our guest tonight, Mr. Alan Rubio from Everett City, Washington. Welcome, my good man. Hold on, let me.
Thank you so much, guys. It is an honor to me. Like, let me do the bow down to the real libertarian. And thank you so much, guys. I feel real honored to be here today and man, share my experiences with future candidates. And like you said, if we don't start at a local level, we won't have a big impact in the national level. Like we got to start somewhere. And and I want to pull out my experience. You guys have some experiences. To get the ideas out there and make people change their mindset about what government is and the country and society we really want.
All right. Awesome. So with that being said, can you tell us who you are, and then I'll pass the mic to Eric.
Hey, before you go, Marcus, can you put his alanrubio.org link up, please?
Yes. So. My name is Alan. I'm original from Dominican Republic. You guys probably heard mentioned the Caribbean island, right next to Cuba, around there. I moved to the United States in 2011. Since then, I've been a contractor. I do scaffolding for Boeing and aerospace companies in general. Since then, I've been the typical family guy, married with kids. You start getting involved with the news, politics, what's going on. I used to be Bernie. I used to be a commie. I'm gonna say that.
Wow! All right.
Huge political arc. I love it. I love it. I love it.
And then eventually I'm like, man, this seemed to not work. I finally started doing some research. Grow up, mainly growing up is part of it. And I started running into Move Right Rothbard Libertarian Party. I remember it was Mr. Gary running for office back then. And then in Latin America and Spain, we have some real libertarians that are putting out the ideas out there. And I started being inspired by these guys, Spanish teacher that be talking. He's anarchist. He really laid out in the Spanish word what's going on. He's the Spanish-speaking number one libertarian, a guy from Spain. I started listening to his public presentations, and man, I became a libertarian. That's when I started going to the party events, and every year the last couple of years, I've been going to Oof, name escaping my top of my head.
The county affiliate.
Our conventions, yeah, our local
There you
level.
go.
And yeah, I decided to run for office. A couple years ago, I went for the water district. You know, getting my feet wet, never better said.
That's a good fun.
Oh yeah. And then this time around,
I see what you did there, Eric. I see what you did.
And then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go for like city council. You know, where we actually can, you know, make policies that actually affect everyday people lives, and things like, you know, that's why in my platform you're gonna see some like a more flexible zoning code, things like this. We want less taxes, less regulations for building and property, and in general development. You know, housing crisis is everywhere, I guess, and cost of living, you know, is big part of that, and bureaucrats and taxes and everything. So I decided to run for office because, you know, I believe in these ideas, and we can make it practical at a you know, at a local level.
Awesome.
All right, so this is the part now. Now, I want you to understand we do this every single week. We have somebody on here, and we have that. You see how we have that brief, like, few seconds of silence because we're all trying to figure out. You think we do better at this? We're all trying to figure out who's going to go first. That's what that pause is. It's always the pause. Or usually Marcus is trying to figure out when we're pausing, and Eric and I are like, which one of us is going to go? Marcus is trying to figure out how he can say he was the son of a deacon and how he lives in the fourth largest economy.
Well, we already got that out of the way. We already got that out of the way.
All right, you good? So all right, so Eric, I will let you go first.
All right. So Alan, how long ago did you run for soil and water district or soil water, whatever it's called in your?
Oh, it's water and wastewater district. A couple years ago, 2023.
Okay, so if you don't mind me asking, how long did you campaign for that? And compared to this campaign cycle here, how long have you been actively filed and campaigning so far? And when is your election? What is the date of your election this time?
Well, in 2023, to be honest, it was not the office I wanted to go for. I always wanted to go for city council. But back then there was a little technicality. I was like right in the border of city limits, I think it was. So I couldn't go for the district I wanted to, the one where I actually, you know, do my social life and hang out. So, you know, I decided to go for something else and went for the water district. So to be honest, I wasn't terribly serious with that one. But for this one, though, city council, I was like, yeah, I actually prepared, did everything ahead of time. I've been filing to PDC reports since December. I did my campaign announcement on March this year when elections and filing week is May. So, you know, I started pretty early. For a lot of time, I thought I was going to go unopposed because it's an open seat. The incumbent decided not to rerun. Yeah. When she decided not to rerun, then two other candidates popped in. But yeah, I've been the one who's been the longest, you know, campaigning and doing everything. And, you know, I've been the one spending the most money also. So yeah, I actually been doing, preparing myself for this one.
So that being said, in order to spend the most money, you got to be able to raise the most money. Marcus, you mind putting that link back up there? So backstage before we came on here, I went ahead and I gave Alan $25. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like one of the best ways for us to push this libertarian message.
Fine, hang on, I'll go do it.
is to put our money. I love the way Marcus has said this, put our money where our memes are. We're the best at trolling the government. We're the best at owning the libs or the Bernie bros, right? We're the best with the memes, but can we actually be effective in running candidates? Well, this is how we do it right here, folks. We platform local candidates, and we try to get them in office. So if you can, if you're watching, if you watch this later, if you're not watching live, but you watch it later, go ahead and give this man whatever you can afford. My wife has me on a strict budget. We're both out at work right now on paternity, maternity leave.
I was saying, what do you mean you're out of work? Okay, never mind.
I got let go. No, they saw this
so
podcast.
We got other things to talk about.
I'm just kidding. But seriously, go to that link. The donate tab is right at the top. It's red. It's a bar. Click donate. Go give this man some money. All right. I'll let Marcus or whoever take it next.
I think it's Tubbs' turn, so everybody.
Listen, yes, I've got things I want to say, but I'm busy. I'm on his website donating, so go ahead.
All right. Mark,
Thank you so
your
much,
turn.
guys.
Go ahead.
So you spoke to your motivation about wanting to do something after learning about libertarianism. What was the final point? Because being a Bernie bro, I understand because there's a lot of disenfranchised people. You look at the system, everybody's going to look for an alternative, and
Yeah.
that's where I think libertarians are failing as an alternative. But what was that defining moment for you that said, you know what, I'm a libertarian now?
Uh, I mean, so I got a promotion at work, right? I started
Yeah.
making more money. Yes, I'm the type of guy that does overtime. I was working, man, 60 to 70 hours a week. Um, and man, seeing my checks,
Oh,
uh,
yeah.
That'll
yeah,
do it.
yeah,
That'll do
like,
it. Once you said I started
Okay.
working in full time, I
yes,
go, I know where he's going with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
yeah.
made me start questioning myself things because I'm like, man, why they taking almost $2,000 from my check? Like, uh,
That's a
no, like,
whole
that's-
salary for
yeah,
somebody.
that's
Probably some government employee not doing anything that's helping us, you know?
exactly. And let me tell you this other thing, another situation that made me rethink a lot of the stuff. I got friends, and they they at the time they were receiving the typical government aid, like card every month or something like that. I forgot what's the program name. uh and I would come over, and his refrigerator would be filler than mine. I was like, dude, I cannot have my refrigerator like this. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? That made me think, look, I'm busting my ass, and I can't afford to live like the guy who is getting government assistance that doesn't work. He's not even working 20 hours a week. That made me rethink, this system is not working because he doesn't have any incentives to work as hard as me. And I don't have the incentive to keep doing what I'm doing if I keep seeing this. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
that made a click in my head and made me start changing, the way I saw things. And yeah, that's when I went from being a Bernie to being a Rothbard, literally.
There you go.
Right. I want to get to a couple comments real quick because we got some great comments coming in. My defining moment was hearing Marcus's angelic voice.
Yep.
I can, everybody has to see that one.
No,
And
it was really drastic. But I used to be the
Yeah.
Bernie kid. I was 19 years old, 20 years old, and I was a Bernie all the way. Like, man, this is my next president, type thing.
Glad you were wrong.
Thank
Oh my
God it
goodness, I'm
didn't
glad
happen.
you were
No,
wrong.
thank God.
Well,
thank God
I mean,
opened my eyes and it didn't happen, right?
well, like we're saying, when people are exposed to what I would consider a corrupt system or an unjust system, they're not going to embrace that corrupt or unjust system as their own. And it's a matter of how you feel about things, obviously. That will, because when we had Lily Tang, it was Lily Tang, right, Eric?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's one of the most staunch anti-communist people I've ever talked to. And why is that? Because she was within that system. Now, if you feel cheated by this system here in America, it is natural for you, and it may not be right. I'm not going to say like that is right or wrong, but that's what happens with people when we don't have a system that is a truly liberty-based system. People are going to start branching off and delve into stuff. To
And,
Joe,
and a lot
I
of it
do.
is, being young and emotional. I was 19, 20 at the time, and it's very easy to fall for these, well-intentioned ideas,
Yeah,
helping the ones in need, and we need to take it from the rich. You know what I'm saying? Like, these ideas are very easy to sell when you're ignorant, young, emotional person. You know what I'm saying?
And poor.
Like, we have
yeah,
to understand
yeah,
that
poor.
everybody has their
Yeah.
process. So you're gonna have that teenager who's gonna be a Bernie guy. He's probably gonna be the next Rothbard when he's 40, but he's gonna have to go through that process. Oh yeah.
I just want to. We can move on after this to Tubbs' point. If Mark's cool with it, I just want to say thank goodness we didn't get Bernie, or else you'd have a president out there trying to have the federal government own like 10% of a private organization. So thank goodness Bernie didn't get in there.
Ding.
Thank God. Thank God I was wrong.
Uh,
Ah.
Yeah, listen,
go ahead,
it's
Tub.
good that you have a desire, but don't ruin the rest of us with your desire, okay? So you keep burning to yourself, all right? We don't put that on all of us. All right, so I'm done with my donations, so now I can speak. All right?
There you go.
Now, so with this, so you already mentioned about what provoked you to run. Like, hey, I want to keep my money, you know, and that's pretty solid thing, of course. But remember, you're running for more of a city council, so it gets a little tricky. Now,
That was
let
just
me
what
let,
made him
let
a
me ask you this.
libertarian.
Let
So,
me clarify. You know, that made me
okay,
change
good.
my mindset, you know, from being a socialist to being a libertarian. But also, you know, I probably didn't complete it. To run for office, you know, I'm a family guy and I just want, you know, a safe place to raise my kids in.
There we go. Okay.
And that's one thing that's the main concern here in Everett, you know, public safety. And then it's the cost of living. We feel that we are paying too much for our property taxes and things over here. So, you know, that kind of stuff started to get me involved in these type of topics. And that's when I decided, I'm a step up. Instead of just complaining all the time, I'm going to actually do something. My wife used to tell me, stop yelling at the TV. You know what I'm saying? And I was the guy.
My wife still tells me that. That's still a thing around here.
Yell at the TV. And I'm like, instead of doing that, go do something, you know. So she was
and you know what's funny? What you're saying right there is what I tell people all the time is part of the reason why I ran. I said because I was doing a lot of complaining. And I tell people all the time, you can't complain and do nothing. You got to be willing to do something. So so when Eric's big thing was really kind of corporate cronyism, he's tired of companies getting taxpayer dollars. That was his thing. I'm a property rights guy. Marcus basically just wants to get high. So what is your thing? Like what do you find is something that you really get passionate about inside of running?
Well, the first thing would be, I got 2 kids now. Bought a house recently, became homeowner, and man, I'm a guy who likes to travel, you know, see different places and see different countries, right? Things like that. So the main thing for me is, you know, have a place where, you know, investing this money I'm spending in this property and where my kids are going to school, you know, it's gonna be a long-term thing. Like, man, public safety, it will be the main thing. Property taxes. At some point, me and my friends were trying to start a business, but there was so many regulations and steps, city level, county level. Like, just to put a taco truck, though, like you gotta go through so many steps. And I'm like, this type of stuff, like, okay, this city in the long term, you know, it's gonna get ruined with all these regulations. Like, we're losing businesses. We just had a couple major retailers close down in the area. We lost a Walmart in the area. They closed down.
Oh, that's how you know it's time to burn the city down. It's all done. If
Exactly.
Walmart leaves, they go.
Walmart.
But Walmart's gonna say this place is too ghetto for us. It's time for us to go. It's pretty bad.
Exactly.
Yeah, if Walmart leaves,
that's when you know.
You're done. Yeah. Like, just let it go. Let the animals take over at that point. Just let it be. The snakes own it. Snakes own it. It's all theirs. Yeah. All right. So what are the political demographics of your area? Republican, Democrat? What's it look like as a libertarian running in the area?
Well, I'm gonna say it. You can call it a blue city. It's pretty blue over here. This little one's getting on my door.
Oh, good.
For a second. Sorry.
Hold on.
Oh, trust me, I fully understand that right there.
No, it's all good.
Marcus, you just lock your kids out of the garage and they can't come interrupt.
That is true.
Marcus, can you mute Alan's mic while he gets out the whooping belt?
I was gonna say while he gets the belt out.
Yeah.
But Daddy, I'm trying to get up.
I'm trying to donate right now too. Where am I at? Okay.
All right, you can unmute him. Hold on, Alan. Hold
on.
Are the kids done crying? Did you get them good? You got them?
All right, there we go. Well, we muted your mic in case you had to do something.
My thought over here. I'm like, dude, I'm busy.
Yeah.
Listen, that happens almost weekly with us. So usually my grandson just came in. They'll come in. Eric's about to find out about it because he just 3 weeks? How is it a month yet?
Tomorrow is 4 weeks.
See, so he's about to have all kinds of it.
Oh man, when he's 2 years old or 3,
Hey,
he's just getting ready.
Pretty much call Everett a blue city. That probably explains a lot.
Yeah.
That explains why you have all these problems.
Yeah, because I'm the I was called, the other candidate called me a threat already. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's good.
I'm a threat.
Good.
Yeah. And
Well done, sir.
oh yeah. You know, because apparently, you know, being, you know, a Hispanic immigrant, I'm supposed to think certain way and act certain way and belong to certain groups, and I don't. So they find that really weird. Apparently, because apparently your political ideology has to be based on your race.
Based on your race, yep.
Yeah.
So what?
Well,
Go ahead, Eric.
So,
I was going to say
and, you know,
half the people on this podcast shows you that's not true right now.
okay.
The other two, us white guys, kind of
Exactly. And you know, and it's a district race. I'm going for District 4, which is the south part of the city. It's the more problematic part of the city if it comes to crime and situations. And you know, and again, that's why public safety, you know, is like about the top topic that you gotta talk about in this area. And you know, demographics over here, yeah, is a very minority, you know, oriented kind of you know, area. There's a lot of, you know, Hispanic immigrants. We got a big influx of Slavic residents. You know, it's been growing over the years. So you know, it's a well diverse kind of area, the most diverse area in the city. Like myself, if I were to win, I would be the first immigrant and the first Latino ever to get to the city council. Because you know, normally the southern part of the city does not participate in city affairs, like for some reason. And the city just became district a couple years ago. I mean, actually 2020 or 2018, it just became district, which opened the opportunity for somebody from the south part of the city to actually get in the council, because it used to be only the north part. Type
what was the not part of the city and it got annexed? Is that what happened into the city, or was it?
Because for some reason the southern part, you know, I guess it's because, you know, very minority immigrant oriented kind of area. Is the people that participates the least in government affairs or run for office.
You're saying that the people there just weren't politically involved.
Yeah, not very political.
Okay.
Part of the city.
So was there an open seat that
It's
people weren't running?
It's open seat because the incumbent decided not to rerun, but she was the first person to take the seat after the city was district. It used to be at large.
So there it is. Okay, all right. That's what I was trying to figure out. I'm like, wait a minute, how do they not have somebody do? Okay,
so because it used to be at large, and they just made it district, and then she was the first person. Like matter of fact, it was considered an appointment because she was picked at large, and then they district while she was in the office. Yeah.
Right. How many districts are there? Okay.
Yeah. No, go ahead. Good one.
How many districts? Like how many council members are there?
Oh, now there's 5 districts, so you got 5 council members district and two at large, and then the mayor.
So you got 8 total. But your council is 7, 5 districts, 2 at large. Okay. So let me ask you this then, because this is where libertarians always mess it all up. They come in with this mentality: I'm going to get in there and I'm going to fix everything, and all the libertarians go, "You got to go in and change everything. You got to do all the things," and that's not realistic. So I ask you this: so if you get in, hang on, when you get in, do you have some members there or some issues that you go, we're going to have a hard time with this? And then do you have some where you go, I can work with these people on these things? What would those be?
Yes. So, you know, I've been attending to council meetings, and I guess many of them, of the council members, the current ones, did like my platform. So a couple of them reached out to me.
Okay.
I'm actually endorsed by one of the members at large.
Oh, that's awesome.
Vice president, council vice president also endorsed me. The president of the council, okay, I'm not supposed to like say it, you know, unofficially.
Say it.
So you know, I already got 3-4 people in the council that like me, and I actually get advices from.
Hey, Alan, not to cut you off, but I got a great opportunity here. Have you reached out to the incumbent that is not running for re-election and ask her, is it a her? Ask that person for an endorsement? You think you could get that?
No, it wasn't gonna happen though. She's the most interest on me not winning.
Well,
Yep. She already.
too bad
she
for
already,
her.
She already had her.
What were the issues that you said? Those ones who said they liked your part of your platform. What were the issues that they specifically liked?
Oh, actually, they like my approach to public safety. Again, apparently being a blue city, it was kind of a taboo topic. Nobody wants to defend the police. Nobody wants to talk good about property rights and things like this. So me being like bold enough to say that, I got the police association endorsement right away. They're like, okay,
That's
this is our
awesome.
guy. Yeah.
Sweet.
Because apparently you gotta be careful with public safety and police and things like this in a blue city. Like that gets you a lot of people alienated against you. So the fact that I come out and say, I'm going, we gotta have a firm stance against crime. We gotta be tough on crime. Like I guess I was the first one to come out like that over here. So many of them actually, approached me. Hey, that was bold. That was nice.
Wow, it's where are you living when they go, hey, tough on crime? That's bold. Like, wait, what?
I know, right?
We should just let them go. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Dude, wait, big up on saying we hate crime. Good on you. Like, that guy's on the edge. That guy's got to be libertarian.
No,
He doesn't like crime.
No, that's when you know the situation. Like they found that very bold. I'm like, hey, this is the main issue we have in the city. This is the main thing we gotta tackle, right?
Now, are there term limits?
No term limits over here for council members. No.
So you get what you're roughly 12 and a half years old or so. So you can you can do it for the next 60 years. You can be a council member.
There you go.
I mean, one of the council members at large who's helping me. He's actually my advisor and in things in my campaign and stuff. He was council member when he was young. He was the youngest ever in 1991.
No kidding.
Yep. He was out for a while. He was out for like a decade, but he came back, and So yeah, you can do that for a while if you want. There's no limit.
Is this race partisan or nonpartisan? Like on the ballot, will it say libertarian, or will there not be anything next to your name?
Oh no, it's non-partisan local
All right,
races.
I'm out. Never mind.
No, it's perfect, Tub. That's what we need. Honestly, maybe so. Tub and I thought, hey,
I hate these nonpartisan. I hate when these nonpartisan guys try to come in and pretend to be like us. All right, listen, you nonpartisan guys have it too easy. All right,
Tub. I like it whenever a libertarian wins.
On the local newspapers, they announce me like, "Oh, libertarian announces race for council."
Like, hey, wait,
that's funny to me. That's like
kind of a weird thing. They gotta point out libertarian, but they don't do that with no Republican or no Democrat.
We were talking about Javier Milei in our off our text, where like the article on a Tub what's going. Marcus shared an article about him getting hit in the head with a rock or something at one of his rallies.
He got stoned, bro.
I got stoned. Regular libertarian
fruit at him and everything.
Out there getting stoned in the streets. Anyways,
let me tell you.
But in the article, they started out calling him extreme right wing, and then later on they called him libertarian. I'm like, wait a minute. Do they just like? I guess to them that's how they were just putting it together. Like if this is who they are.
Man,
he's extreme because he's against crime. Yeah. So. Listen, all right. So here's the thing. So at some point we can bring this in, Mark, because you haven't had a chance to ask the things. But I want to make sure at some point before we're done, we ask about how the party's helping you, how the party's involved. We don't do that yet, but I want to make sure we kind of get to that. So Marcus, as you go, let's get there at some point.
Well, this is going to shock many of you, but I'm at a loss for words because it seems like Alan, he's primed for this position, because he's making all the right talking points. So only thing I would want to ask him is, are you knocking on doors or talking to community events, or how are you going about this?
Yeah, local races, you gotta do a lot of voter contact, like go out to people. To be honest, I was very disappointed with the very low voter turnout we had on this race. I think it was 18%.
Yeah,
we had like, I got my voter data for like a little over 9,000 voters, and only 1,500 voted on this.
Wow.
Race. Yeah.
So
and that was, that's the one thing we gotta work on. Like I was telling you, this part of the city tends to be the least politically involved. So it's more like smaller groups that actually get their candidates in, things like that. And my work is to get to more people. And yeah, I've been going out knocking on doors. A lot of the residents is apartment complexes over here. So to also be practical, I've been doing a lot of door hangers, putting door hangers on. I put like a couple thousand of door hangers indoors, and me and my siblings. And because we're hoping to get a higher voter turnout. For the general, it's going to be definitely more, but yeah, it was very low on the primary. So the voter contact, you gotta go to events. I'm going to events. We have our Latino, activities and parades. I go to those. And I'm well known in the community somewhat. It's the same area where I did my social life, and I work and live in the same area. So you can say well known, just not well liked by the political establishment. They're trying to have me.
Well,
That's good though. You don't want to be
yeah, I gotta ask this. You went from a tropical Caribbean island to a northwest rainforest where I was looking at Wikipedia about the city. The low during the summer, June, July, and August. There's been lows like 30 degrees. So how did you go from beautiful tropical climate,
paradise,
yeah, to a northwest rainforest?
He's about to blame a woman. I'm saying he's about to blame a woman. I'm going with a woman. My bet is woman.
Tell you. Oh no, it was my pops. He's the one who had been living here and brought me here. But
you still talk to him? You're like, no, I don't talk to that guy no more. I hate that guy.
I'm in love with this place now, so I'm glad he did. But no, let me tell you actually, he's like, hey Alan, it's really cold over here. When he was on the process of because he became a citizen, and then I get through him. I used to be a teenager back then, and he's like, hey Alan, be ready for when you come here. It's gonna be really cold. I'm like, I'm a tough guy, whatever. I'm in the DR, right? Whatever, nothing scares me, right? And when he went to pick me up, he brought this big ass coat, super big fat coat. I like I think never in the history of this country there's never been a coat this thick over there. Right? I mean, it's a tropical island, right? It's super hot over there all the time. You don't see those over there. I'm like, what's this? He's like, you're gonna need it. I'm like, So when we got here, coming out of the airport, when I stepped out of the airport, it was January 10th. So
yeah, right in time.
So when I came out the door, I walked back in, I opened my luggage and put on that coat, bro. Like I couldn't believe how cold it is here.
He went right up to the ticket counter and was like, I need to return.
I'm done.
Now I cannot stand the heat. I go back home and I cannot go on summer back home because I cannot stand the heat now. So I became used to the cold here now, and this is what I like now, I guess.
See, that doesn't work the other way because I moved from Connecticut, which is more similar to what you guys have there, somewhat maybe a little more snow as opposed to that. And I moved down here to Florida, so I did the opposite. And now I feel like that. I'm like, it's always so stinking hot, and people tried lying to me like, "Oh, you'll get used to it." No, I will. No, it's 25 years. 25 years. I go, it's hot. I want nothing to. And I moved in February. They tricked me. So at least you went into the truth. Like you went into the truth. You went in like, oh, yeah, it's January. I'm feeling every bit of it.
It was. I couldn't believe it. I walked back in the door right away.
Did you walk back in like Eric said, try to buy a ticket? Like, nope. Never mind. It was a good visit. It was a good 30-second visit. Y'all be blessed.
Oh, yeah. But
now were your kids born up there?
Oh, they were born here.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, with all that, Marcus, were you still going, or do we just jack you?
No, go ahead. Move it on.
Okay. Now, how much time we got left here? We're at 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
Go ahead, Eric.
Well, so I guess we kind of talk. How has it been running as a libertarian for local office, even though it's nonpartisan? Like, does that get brought up when you're door knocking, or at events. You know what I mean? Because your website isn't obviously like black and yellow or like the Gadsden flag or, you know, like pot leaves and AR-15s. You know what I mean?
No, and I have to be honest with you guys. Like, libertarians, for some reason that I don't understand, we have a bad reputation over here. Like, I don't get it. Like, when they talk about me on some of the local newspapers, they're like, libertarian guy, whatever. It passes to the general, right? And the way people talk about it is like, oh, these libertarian guys, I think all of them are anarchists. That's weird, yada yada. How can they run for office? So I get a lot of like, man, this is like a weird. It's like a weird thing to do. Apparently, being a libertarian. So one of my political consultants told me, "Hey, Alan, you gotta remove all the political content from your social media and everywhere." So if you look me up, you're gonna see that everything is pretty neutral because you gotta make it look, local, non-partisan. So in my social media, I used to have all my pictures from all the events on all the conventions and everything. But somebody told me, "Hey, Alan, you gotta take those off." So because you don't want to get alienated with partisan politics.
Eric, what were we called as libertarians?
I don't know.
No, but
No, I'm pretty sure we have a name for it.
No, remember he called us polygamists and what was the list?
The Republican, the former chair of the Duval County Republican Party said a party of polygamists. Oh, dang.
What's the matter with that?
We want to legalize all drugs and what was it? Oh, man, what was the other one? There was a laundry list.
And the thing was, like, he said that about us, and I'm like, wait a minute, I've been married for 20 years. I've never done any drugs in my life. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm doing this all wrong. As a libertarian, I'm not even close. And I don't have a beard. I got none of the things.
The irony of that is, like, several months later, the chair of the Republican Party of Florida was caught in a threesome throuple controversy. Like, so the chair
that's your people, dude. That's your people.
I was missing on something.
Polygamous. Yeah. So there were some smear things about the audio recording was awesome. Like, they're the worst of the worst, is what he said. Because
I've been called. There was this person. He told me, "Oh, yeah, you libertarians are Republicans that want to do weed."
Or Democrats that love guns. That's what we always hear. Like, that's the two things.
So to be honest, and during my because we did a texting campaign, sending all the voters some messages about the campaign, and I have a couple replies of, "I will never vote for libertarians." What the hell? Like, because people because it's been around that I'm a libertarian. People know this over here, and that's the one thing they can they use against me, I guess, because I guess libertarians are some weird thing that came from another planet. You should not vote for them. That's the smearing I get for being a libertarian, because
you are Dominican.
I'm openly a libertarian.
You are Dominican, and you're up there in the Northwest. You are kind of like an alien. You are you are a little bit different. So they're not completely wrong. They're like, hey, you've heard him. You've seen him. That dude's a libertarian, and they think that means alien.
No, he's like, this guy's from the DR. He's libertarian. Like, so many weird things about me.
This is why I love having Alan on tonight, because I'm no longer the libertarian unicorn. We have the Dominican libertarian now, the only real libertarian Dominican. And
we got a little bit of ethnicity.
Libertarians, got a little melanin in the chat. You know what I mean?
There we go. We got some arroz con pollo y todo up in here. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. And one thing,
Alan, don't encourage him. Don't encourage him, Alan. Just don't tell me he's doing anything good. Don't tell me he's doing anything right.
He's like, we don't gotta give him ideas.
No, not really.
So,
but I gotta say this, libertarian running for office, because let's be honest, being a libertarian implies that we have some elevated knowledge about economy, about what's government and inflation, things like this. We are really, really, to be a libertarian, you're not by instinct. You're libertarian because you read and you actually have a level of knowledge. Like you don't see a 15-year-old libertarian. You know what I'm saying? So, but sometimes what that creates when you want to be a candidate is that you have a very elevated conversation and talking points. And you got to remember that sometimes you're going to talk to Carlos, right? Carlos is your everyday neighbor, has 2 jobs, 3 kids. And, when you come and talk to him about, hey, the Great Reset, the duopoly, the government take over your rights and yada, yada. And taxes are designed to like steal from you. Like when we come with all this, maximalist, elevated knowledge, a lot of people don't get it. You know what I'm saying? People are busy with their everyday lives. Not everybody has time to, indulge in all this philosophy, right?
You are saying the same thing that Eric and I exactly. So here's what happened. Eric lives in North Carolina now. He used to live down here in Jacksonville. So that's actually how we met and we ran here together. And our biggest issue is that when we would go around, the biggest problem is that nobody knew who we were. They didn't know what libertarians were. And I've often said, I said, the problem is exactly what you just said. The candidates or the libertarians overall, they focus on all these issues that people don't care about. It's not in their world. So I often tell people, go ahead.
Yeah, no, and maybe it's stuff they will care about once but it just sounds so abstract to them, when you're not involved in like, it can be like when you talk to somebody about the duopoly and the state is tyrannic, man, they just worry about paying next month's bill.
I used 0 of those words when I was running. Never did I ever say "and the Fed." I didn't say anything about duopoly. I didn't say anything else.
Exactly.
I tell people all the time, I'm the libertarian that asks, "Why do I have to have a shed to have? Why did I have a permit to have a shed?" I'm not a libertarian. I'm the guy who says, "I don't care about that stuff. Affect my real life stuff."
No, and I know, and I've been getting heat from libertarians. That's why I want to say and bring it up. Because some libertarians are gonna see my platform and they're gonna be like, "Oh, you're just an aesthetist." I'm like, look, you cannot go to people and tell them, "Look, I'm gonna eliminate zoning codes. I'm gonna eliminate every regulation on the zoning codes." Like that does not sound doable. That does not sound feasible. But that's our dream, right? We wish, right? There was no zoning codes. So in my platform, what you're gonna see is that I advocate for flexibilization. I say like, we gotta make our zoning codes more flexible and cut red tape, lower regulations for developers, so we can have more units being built, right? A libertarian was on my ass about, hey, why you wanna? We used to want to regulate. I'm like, bro, you cannot eliminate regulation altogether. Like the system is not gonna allow you to do it. Not by myself, not right away.
Hey.
So we gotta sell realistic, doable, digestible talking points to the people that you want to vote for.
Next time that happens and some libertarians trying to tell you how to run your campaign, ask them if they've donated to it yet.
Thank you.
No, the thing is like,
we gotta be realistic, and yes, sometimes you're gonna sound like an aesthetist because again, this is what people have been exposed to. This is what people are used to. And sometimes it's better to like, look, we gotta get to the office and show from there what we can do. But if we keep having these maximalistic dreams and these talking points that are so complicated and abstract, we're never gonna get in the office and prove.
We're not gonna get anywhere. We're not gonna just do anything. Like I believe in incrementalism. We get in and we do small things that will get us to where we want to be.
Completely agree with you. That's how we gotta be.
We do a little bit at a time and we get to where we want to be. But if we never get the chance to get in and do any of the things, it doesn't make any difference what great grandiose plans we have. We're never gonna get there.
You end up helping the Bernie guy to win. You know what I'm saying?
You mean you, the old you? We would help the old you, the guy you were trying to put on us. You
exactly. No, the old me will hate me. Let me tell you.
So let me ask you then. I like I said, I know you're the easy, nonpartisan guy. So inside of that,
perfect candidate.
Are you
for
getting
to win?
Well, how much activity does the LP have up there, and are you getting support from them? Like, what's the involvement?
No, LP, what, how we say it, the Libertarian Party in Washington, they've been really supportive. Like, they've been this time around, because, first you got to show that you're, for real on this, you know what I'm saying? And you yourself got to believe in your own project. If you look at my donation sources, it's mostly me. I did most of the spending at first. Like probably spent like almost 10,000 for my own money. And when you're doing things for real, and everybody, you start getting all these people suddenly, come and start supporting you. But from day one, the party has been really supportive.
Good.
Matter of fact, they gave me that at the last Libertarian Party convention over here. Because hey, Alan, you're the one running for office. You're the one stepping up. We want to recognize that in you. And I've been getting a lot of help and advices and all the information and stuff. Yeah, I've been getting as much as we can do as a small regional party, right? But they've been really supportive, and even on the social media on the national one, I've been getting a lot of announcement too. So yeah, I feel really supported and backed by the party.
What is ballot access like for you up there?
Huh? What was that again?
Ballot access.
Ballot access.
How difficult was it to get on the ballot?
Oh, to be honest, I mean it's a local race, non-partisan. So yeah, I had no issues, to be honest. But I do remember that our presidential candidate last year, he did have some issues. Like he was being challenged, and I think somebody had to go to Supreme over here to be able to have him in the ballot. So there's been that against libertarians, on Washington State. But
so do you have to file or pay or anything to get on the ballot? Because here locally we can do petitions to get on, or we can pay to get on. So what do you have to do to actually be on the ballot?
I think it's like the 1% of the salary of the position you're trying to go to run for. So I think I pay like 300 to put my name in the ballot. But really, other than that, no issues really. Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna start wrapping this up with our final questions, but I want to point out one of his statements on his platform. Alan said he's going to give all of his salary back to a charity every month. He's not taking any city council salary. So when I used to coach, one of my coaching mentors said you have to do things for the right reason. And if somebody's willing to give money for their time because it's a real job being on the city council, and it's a lot of hours away from your family, and he's giving that money to a charity. People need to look into their heart and see what kind of person that they need to vote for, and I will leave it at that. Tub, you got a closing question, statement, or whatever as we start to wrap this up?
Listen, I got nothing. All right, I got nothing. So, no, I listen. Everything was fine until we found out he's nonpartisan. Then I just don't care anymore. In fact, I would like for you to go onto your website and send me my money back. All right, because I refuse to support a nonpartisan guy.
Listen.
No, listen. I think in all honesty, when did you say your election is?
November 4th, the general.
Of this year?
Are being mailed out, I want to say like 20 days before.
Yeah.
Okay. So if nothing else, well, first off, I think you should keep reminding our people to keep donating to you. Also, I think that it would be wise for us to bring you back on after. If you get elected or don't get elected, either way, come back, because what it is then you'll be able to tell some of our horror stories, and Eric and I can go, yeah, dude, we get it. Because here's what has to happen. I think that we need to be better as libertarians, especially to speak it. Like you said, hey, I want to speak to candidates and let them know this is what it's like to run. I think that too many times libertarian candidates, they don't look at it realistically. And I think they need people who are saying, hey, listen, you're a normal guy. You're just a guy saying, hey, I'm trying to take care of my family, trying to do the things. You're not crazy like they try telling you. So I think that we need more voices like yours inside the party to get some to say, hey, this is what we did. This is how we attack it. And that you can come to them after and say, hey, this is what worked. This is what didn't work. This is what I'm going to change. This is if I'll run again. So if nothing else, I would like to make sure that one of those two, not me, it's never me, reaches back out to you to make sure you come back on again, and we can have this conversation again after results.
No, I'm down. Yeah, come in.
Okay.
All right.
That's my part, Marcus.
All right. Mine is Do you have any campaign social media other than your website? Are they linked on your website? Facebook, X, I don't know, YouTube, whatever. Email. Obviously, we got your link up there where people can give money. Anything on your website you want? Do you need volunteers? Do you need door knockers? Do you need money for door hangers or sending texts? Or do you want to run a radio ad? Do you want to do a YouTube ad? How can we help you?
Yes, yeah, right there on that link on my website. On the bottom part, you're gonna see all the social media little squares. They actually take you to those social medias of mine. I got I got all types of social medias. I'm not terribly active on all of them, but they're there, and you can get to me through any of them. I'm always looking at my emails. And wow, if you ask me, I would say volunteers. I want to get on more doors, get to more people, and actually get out the vote. I need more people to vote because what happened on the primaries, not a lot of people voted. So I ended up in second place. He won by like 100 votes. And that's the sectarian vote. You know what I'm saying? That's people who belong to a group and always vote. And the way to counter that is going to be with more people voting. So yeah, I need help getting to more people, volunteers. I will be knocking doors, placing door hangers, and man, reach to me, and I'll find something to do. There's actually been a couple libertarians reach out and offer themselves to volunteer. I have a couple guys helping me with some stuff. So yeah, the more the merrier. Hit me up on my social media. Right there is going to give you an option to send me an email or get to my social medias and hit me up, and man, let's connect and let's make this happen.
Hey, Alan, I just want to say you're a great candidate. I really see you winning this thing. This is the push, though. You got what? 2 months, not even really, a month and a half. This is going to be some real truths here. Don't lay off right now. We're going to need you. Seriously, I know you work a full-time job. You work several hours a week. You work overtime. But any time it's daylight outside, and I know where you live, that's
only like 13 minutes for them.
Yeah. But anytime you're not at work and you're not going to piss off somebody by knocking on their door and you don't have an event to go to, please either be on the phone calling people directly or knocking on their door. Register voters of any party and give them this message, and I really think you can win this thing, man.
And I can attest to the fact that what he just told you, Eric is telling you to do something that he did. Like I always like when people say, "Hey, do this," because they've done it themselves. And everything Eric just said, he did.
Yeah. To be honest, that's what
Tub did a lot of that too.
No, not like Eric was getting kicked out of Republican meetings. Eric was everywhere, dude. They finally were like, dude, you can't be here, and he would try anyway. He was always there.
I gotta say,
so when the Republicans said all that mean stuff about us, they really just meant Eric. Let's be very clear. They just meant Eric.
Well, to be honest, I've been getting a lot of help and support from local Republicans too.
Don't say that too loud because you need the Democrat vote. So boo those Republicans. I'm just kidding. You need everyone's vote, and that's the toe. You run your campaign with your message and be willing to have those conversations with people you think that they're not going to agree with you. You know what I mean?
Yes, and also something that, interesting to add. I don't even know who's going to be my opponent in the general. The gentleman that passed to the general got the most votes alongside me. He's challenging. This is a challenge to his residency and candidacy.
Oh,
so he might be taken out, and then the third place guy put back in. So, there's that little.
If that happens, is that
advantage to Rubio?
Exactly. Either way, you're going to win, so it doesn't matter. That's definitely encouraging that his residency is being challenged. So.
If that's the case,
residency requirements or something.
If if he drops out and you have to run against the third place guy, and then you come back on here later on, I'm not talking to you at all, because then you didn't do anything real libertarian. Everything about you's fake. You're nonpartisan.
off,
the main guy dropped out. I don't want to talk to you. Listen, you're just one of them at that point. I have nothing to say to you.
First off, Tub, as soon as he wins, he already did something non-libertarian.
Not libertarian, exactly.
I'm gonna
you ain't a real libertarian. How do you know? Because you're in office. All right, go ahead, Marcus.
Well, I just want to wrap this up by saying the Libertarian Party needs to read the room, because the tent needs to be expanded. You know, we brought in the DR, we got SoCal right here, and North Kakalaki, Florida, but we need to be a tad bit more representative of American demographics. And for me, and you guys know I say this all the time, I think black people are naturally libertarians. We know the government's full of shit. We like smoking weed. We like guns. And we understand government gets in the way of you trying to go where you need to go in life with all kinds of rules and regulations and fees and whatnot. And so I would reach out to the Libertarian Party to go to alanrubio.org, donate, and let's elevate us all. You know, this is the rising tide right here. These local races are the rising tide, and we know what that means. So if we're not going to put as Eric mentioned earlier, put our money where our memes are, if we're not going to do the small things, I understand inflation is high. $25, eat a hot dog on Saturday instead of a steak. And, down the line, that's an investment for your future, because when you support libertarians, we will lower your taxes, obviously, because that's one of the main pillars of our platform. You will get that in return. It's an ROI that you will see. And I encourage everybody to give my guy, Alan Rubio, a buck or two and some attention, share his stuff, share his message, and let's keep it moving. Yo, Tub.
I want to add before you let Alan close up. Listen, y'all know I've stopped giving on all the levels of the Libertarian Party, because I don't tend to give money to candidates, because a lot of times I look at it, but like I said, I want everybody to know I did give to yours, because it looks like this is something that might actually work out well for the Libertarians.
Thank you very much. And now I'm going to do my part because one for the team. I'm down to do it, and we need this. And I'm going all the way down. You know what I'm saying, with it. So yeah, count me in on that. And man, we'll be there. And I'm gonna bring my libertarian gear day one on my inauguration.
That's what I'm talking about.
And then they'll kick you out. Like, no, we didn't know.
Recall election. This is not what we want.
I didn't know.
You'll become history. Like, hey, remember that time we had that guy who was in office for 1 hour, and then he wore libertarian stuff and we got rid of him? Oh, I remember that dude. Yeah, I remember.
He served us Spanish food. They're just going to be upset about a lot of stuff.
Alan, tell us what you got. Tell us where to reach you. Cover all your things before we head out of here.
Yeah.
Yes. Go to my website, alanrubio.org. Over there, you're gonna find all my social media information. Alan Rubio Everett in Google is gonna take me. Gonna take you to some of the articles and things being posted about me. There's all kinds of things out there. But again, I want to bring these ideas to the city level. We need to change the way people see us and the way people understand government. And man, we just want to thrive. We just want less taxes. We just don't want the government on our neck all the time. And I will be in the government, and I will be the anti-government within the government in the local level. So that's the thing what I want to do, and with you guys' help. And thank you so much. Thank you again, guys. Marcus, I bow down to you. And,
no, everything was fine till right there. Everything was good.
Don't boost
say nice things about Marcus. Now I really hate you. The nonpartisan, the guy who likes Marcus. It's horrible. Never mind. We're done.
Bro.
Just close it out. Burn the whole episode.
Hey, mi hermano, salud a ti y todos.
Eric, you talk about your mom.
Yeah, I heard that.
All right, This has been the Black Powder Podcast, the only real libertarian podcast that has ever existed, bringing you real libertarians and libertarian issues. We don't talk to everybody. Don't get us wrong. We need to talk to everybody as libertarians. But libertarians need a voice, and this is one of the leading voices in the libertarian movement. Thank you for listening, watching, whatever you did tonight. And with that being said, as we always end this podcast, live free
Or die.
Die.